Onimusha, Way of the Sword. Onimusha is back after like 20 years. Way of the Sword is dropping sometime in 2026 and Capcom fans are losing their minds. If you've never heard of Onimusha, here's the deal. It's basically Samurai Resident Evil. You're a warrior in feudal Japan, slicing demons in half with a magic sword. Capcom invented the formula back on the PS2, then forgot about it for 2 decades. Now they're finally remembering. This one is being built on the RE engine, which means it's going to look stunning. Capcom doesn't miss with that engine. Resident Evil 4 Remake, RE engine, Monster Hunter Wilds, RE engine, Devil May Cry 5, also RE engine. These guys know what they're doing. The main character is even modeled after a real Japanese actor, Toshiro Mifune, legendary samurai movie guy. That's a classy move. Capcom is on the hottest streak in gaming right now. I trust them. You should too. Phantom Blade Zero, Phantom Blade Zero, 9 September 2026. This game has my full attention. Full attention. Full attention. Made by a Chinese studio called S-Game. And the trailer, my jaw hit the floor. It's like Sekiro met Devil May Cry, had a baby, and that baby was raised by John Wick. Fast, stylish, brutal combat that looks faster than your eyes can track. Now, the developers said something interesting. They called it Kung Fu Punk, which is the coolest genre name I've ever heard. Ancient martial arts, dark fantasy, weird mechanical stuff, old school cool, meets new school crazy. Here's the catch, it's not a Souls-like. The director said so himself. It's an action game with heavy combat, less dying to a tree, more hacking up 100 enemies in slow motion. This is on my personal most anticipated list. Top 3. Easy. If you haven't seen the gameplay trailer, stop the video and go watch it right now. Directive 8020. Supermassive Games is back. Directive 8020 launches 12th May 2026. And this might be their scariest game yet. If you don't know Supermassive, these are the Until Dawn folks. The Dark Pictures Anthology folks. They make horror games where every choice matters. Pick the wrong dialogue option, your friend dies, press the wrong button at the wrong second, also dead. It's stressful in a good way. Directive 8020 is set on a spaceship in the future, and there's a shape-shifting alien on board that looks exactly like one of your crewmates. So basically, the thing. But you're playing it with actual, real movie quality acting. This is the first big game in the new Dark Pictures Season 2, so they're bringing their A game. Now here's my warning. These games can be hard to watch alone. Get a friend, pass the controller, scream together. That's the proper way to play Supermassive. Genuinely cannot wait. Mark your calendar. The Blood of Dawnwalker. The Blood of Dawnwalker drops 3rd September 2026, and I'm calling it now. This could be the sleeper hit of the year. Why? Because it's being made by Rebel Wolves, a new studio founded by the people who made The Witcher 3. Yes, that Witcher 3. So you know the storytelling is going to be next level. You play as Cohen, a guy who's half human, half vampire, caught between two worlds. Neither side trusts him, and he's got a weird time pressure ticking clock thing going on in the story. Limited time to save his family. Every minute matters. That's a hook. The combat looks like classic dark fantasy stuff. Swords, claws, magic, monsters. The vibe is gloomy medieval Europe. Lots of fog, lots of blood, lots of vibes. Now look, new studios sometimes stumble out the gate. But these aren't new developers. They're veterans with something to prove. Wishlist it now, don't sleep on this one. Lords of the Fallen 2. Lords of the Fallen 2 is coming in 2026, and CI Games has a lot to prove. The first reboot back in 2023, it was rough. Buggy launch, frame rate problems, weird design choices. But here's the thing, they kept patching it for years, and it actually became a pretty solid Souls-like by the end. Like a phoenix rising from a very glitchy fire. Now they're back with a sequel, bigger world, better combat, new protagonist, and they're saying all the right things. Fewer enemies on screen, better balance, smarter level design, lessons learned. But we've seen this story before. Studios promise the moon, then deliver a fixer-upper. So I'm cautiously optimistic. Here's what I will say. If you love Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Lies of P, you're already eating well right now. Lords of the Fallen 2 just adds another option to the menu. Don't pre-order. Wait for reviews. Wait for me. Then decide. Hollow Knight, Sea of Sorrow. Wait. Stop everything. Hollow Knight. Silksong is already getting an expansion. Yes, Sea of Sorrow coming in 2026. And I'm still recovering from the fact that Silksong itself actually came out after 7 years of waiting. Team Cherry finally delivered, and now they're already cooking the next chapter. If you haven't played Silksong yet, what are you doing? is one of the best Metroidvanias ever made. You play as Hornet, she's fast, she's deadly, she has a tiny sewing needle that doubles as a sword. It's incredible. This expansion is taking us underwater. Sea of Sorrow, new zone, new bosses, new nightmares. Team Cherry doesn't make easy games, they make beautiful games that beat you up emotionally. Best part? It's expected to be free for owners of the base game. That's the kind of move that earns my respect forever. If you only play one indie game in 2026, make it this one. Beast of Reincarnation. Beast of Reincarnation drops 4th August 2026, and the studio behind it, From Software. Yeah, that From Software, the Elden Ring people, the Dark Souls people, the I haven't slept in 3 days because of this boss people. Here's the twist though. This isn't a Souls-like. I know, shocking. From is doing something different. It's an action RPG, but more focused on a single hero with a wolf companion that fights alongside you. Dynamic combat, beautiful Japanese folklore vibes, demons, spirits, big swords, the usual From energy. The word is gorgeous. Painterly art style. Looks unlike anything else they've made. Even the trailer footage feels different. More cinematic. More personal. Now look, From Software doesn't miss. They just don't. Even their weirdest experiments end up being incredible. So my expectations are high for this one. Is it going to crush you? Probably. Will you love every second of it? Absolutely. From fans, you know what to do. Day one purchase. Marvel Tōkon Fighting Souls. Marvel Tōkon Fighting Souls launches 6th August 2026. And fighting game fans, buckle up. This is being made by Arc System Works, the studio behind Guilty Gear Strive and Dragon Ball Fighter Z. So you already know it's going to look insane. Their anime style cel shading is the best in the business. Marvel characters drawn in that style? Yes, please. It's a 4ON, 4 tag fighter. Pick your team of Marvel heroes and villains. Switch on the fly. Pull off ridiculous combos. Watch Captain America launch Doctor Doom into orbit. That kind of stuff. The roster is still being revealed. But Spider-Man confirmed, Iron Man confirmed, Storm, Doctor Doom, Captain America, all in, and more coming. Now, I'll be honest, fighting games are niche. Not everyone is into them. But if you are, this is the one to watch in 2026. Marvel vs. Capcom fans have been starving for years. The wait is almost over. Halloween, Michael Myers is coming to your console. Halloween launches 8 September 2026, just in time for spooky season. Of course. This game is being made by Ilphonic and Gun Interactive, multiplayer horror specialists. They made Friday the 13th, the game, and the Predator Hunt game. So they have experience turning slasher movies into video games. The setup is classic asymmetric multiplayer. One player controls Michael Myers, the unkillable, unblinking, knife-wielding nightmare. Everyone else plays as the survivors trying not to get butchered. Hide, run, find weapons, pray. It's also going to feature characters and locations from the actual Halloween movies. Haddonfield, Laurie Strode, probably Dr. Loomis screaming at you, full slasher fan service. Now my honest take, these multiplayer horror games can be hit or miss. They live or die on their player base. If it doesn't get popular fast, servers die. So the launch matters a lot. If you love horror movies, try this. Just don't play alone in the dark. Castlevania, Belmont's Curse, last game on the list, and it's a banger. Castlevania, Belmont's Curse, coming in 2026. Castlevania is back, baby. Konami has been sleeping on this franchise for years. Like, legitimately a decade plus. The last real Castlevania game was Lords of Shadow 2 back in 2014. So this announcement? Huge. Castlevania fans have been begging for this. Belmont's Curse looks like a return to form, gothic castle, whip-cracking vampire hunting, Dracula being his usual dramatic self. The trailer was dripping with classic Castlevania energy, stained glass windows, spooky candles, big dramatic music. Now here's what I love. This is being treated as a serious project, not a mobile game, not a slot machine, an actual full Castlevania experience. Thank you, Konami, finally listening. Look, the Netflix Castlevania anime was incredible. It reminded everyone how good this series can be. Now the games are stepping back up. This is my Dark Horse pick of the year. Don't miss it. That's all 10. Now my Phantom Blade Zero will be the surprise hit nobody saw coming. Game of the year. Mark this video. Come back in 2027. Tell me I was right. Smash that like button. Subscribe for more no hype, no lies coverage. And drop your predictions in the comments. Let's see who calls it. See you next time.